Hello, how are you, Toyas?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm really cool, thank you. You ready?
Good. Yes.
Cool, cool. Thanks for your time, man. Thanks for your time because, to be honest, VOMITORY is one of my favorite Sweden death metal bands. In my opinion, each album is more brutal than the previous one, so it's great to have you here today. To start, I know that the band broke up, and I know that they got back together, obviously, in 2017 or 2018. And I want to know what was the main motivation to have the band active again, and at what moment did the idea of re-releasing an album with the band come up? What was the main motivation to return in all these aspects?
The main motivation was because it felt good, felt great doing it again. It was we were having a good time, and yeah, everything was way more relaxed than what it was when we decided to split up the band. So why we first got together again was that we were asked to play a one-off reunion show at the festival in Germany for a special occasion to honor the memory of an old friend and an old label manager of our label Metal Blade Records. So we decided to do that, and after that that show felt really good to play that one, and we were enjoying it on stage and so on. So we started to talk that maybe we should do something more in the future, like temporary things. That's shortly after that we came up with the idea that we should do a 30th anniversary reunion in 2019. And so we play a lot live, and the meaning was that it was going to be just a temporary reunion in 2019, and then put the band back into the grave again. But we enjoyed it, and we wanted to play so many places, so we had to extend the reunion into 2020. But then the COVID-19 came, and everything got put on hold. So we waited as everyone else, and after a while we started talking about maybe we should do make a new album instead of playing 30th anniversary shows when it's actually been 33 or whatever years. So I think it was in July or August of 2021, we decided to start working on a new album.
How did you feel when you returned regarding to the industry? I mean, did you feel that something has changed since you left, either in the music scene or the industry or labels, or do you feel everything almost the same way, professionally speaking?
Well, I think some things has changed. One obvious thing is the importance of social media. You have to be very present there. It was important when we, before 2013 also, but it's way more important now. And since everybody is aware of it, I think it's more difficult to make yourself heard also.
Mm.
It's a big competition.
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yes.
Another thing which is more fun to talk about is the return of vinyls.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was still popular 10 years ago. It was, I mean, but now the last few years
Mm.
vinyl has exploded again, and for
Yes,
me, I mean, I grew up with vinyls. I think it's really cool to see this progress.
exactly. Yes, I agree. Um, Regarding to the album, how was the composition and recording process of this new VOMITORY's album, and how long did it last?
We were busy for about uh, 1 month, but we didn't work every day. But the whole recording process took about 1 month. We we had a pretty strict schedule to work against, because we had a deadline date when the label needed the master to have it finished everything in time for the release, which is just a few weeks away from now. So sometimes it was a bit stressful, because since we had the tight schedule, we had to make everything work as smooth as possible. But of course, after a while, the schedule that we had planned did not work. Some things took longer time. Me, for instance, I needed some more days to finish the drums. I usually do it in like 3 or 4 days, and now I needed maybe 5 days, and 5.5, something like that. So, but we managed to have everything done in time, and very happy with the result.
Cool. Yeah, it's a very cool album, man. I listened to the album already, and it's really cool. Congrats.
Thanks you.
And you just mentioned, and I know that you're a drummer, but you are also in charge of the lyrics, right? Sometimes.
No, not really. That's Eric, the vocalist. Well, in the past I wrote a few lyrics, but I'm not involved with that at all on this album. All the lyrics are done by Eric.
So in that cases, the death metal is a very particular genre regarding to this, because it almost always talks about gore stuff, you know, death and all this kind of stuff. So I want to ask you, where does this inspiration come from in your case, in that time? How do you get the enough inspiration to make the lyrics works well with your music?
Well, I guess it's a combination of inspiration from other bands, obviously, and horror movies or books or whatever you're into. And I think you also need a little bit of a twisted mind and a good sense of black humor. You know, because it's always I mean, a lot of our lyrics are brutal, but they are also written you know, tongue-in-cheek in a way.
What is your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie, that would be the
Evil Dead?
Original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, bloody beautiful. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. And you have one video released until now from this new album, that is All Heads Are Playable. How was the video for this song made? Was all the filming and animation done there in Sweden or in another place?
No, it was done in Sweden.
And how long did it last, all the shooting?
The live shooting was, I think that was like a work day, 1 day of the shooting for the live stuff. Then the animation, I am not sure, because that was made by someone. I don't remember the name of the person, but that took some time as well, of course.
Cool. How do you feel working with Metal Blade Records? Because the band is working with them since 2001, right?
Actually, we signed the contract with them in December 1999.
Oh, okay.
So the first album we released for them was Revelation Nausea.
Yes. And how do you feel working with them?
It feels very good. We have had a very good cooperation throughout the years, and even during the time when the band was non-existent, we still were in contact with them. You know, they reissued some albums on vinyl and so on. So yeah, they're cool guys, and they ever since the start they believed in VOMITORY, and it feels good to work with them.
Cool, man. Cool. And now I want to talk about maybe some controversial. It's not controversial at all, but I want to know if you ever a problem with the censorship of a song or a cover maybe or something like that. because Vomitory's album always seemed to me to be in line with what you can expect from the artwork of a death metal band, you know. But for example, Cannibal Corpse had a lot of problems in the 90s with their album covers being censored in several countries.
Yeah.
And at least in my opinion, I think the first Vomitory's album is really cool, but it has a pretty shocking cover, maybe for the time that it was released. I don't know because I didn't exist me at that time. But did you have to deal with stuff like that, or in your case, you never had problems with that?
Only once, actually, and that was the cover for Terrorize, Brutalize, Sodomize album. It got censored in Germany.
Oh.
So the German version had a different slipcase, you know, where you put the CD, because back then it was only done on CD. So you had a paper slipcase. So you had the CD with the original cover, but then they had the different cover on the slipcase, so it was slided into that. So that was the only problem we had with censorship.
And did you have any bad experience in a concert or tour, or something crazy that happened and remain as an anecdote?
At a concert, you mean?
Yes.
Like with censorship?
No, censorship.
Stuff,
no,
or...
in general, you know, like something crazy, or for example, you know, for example, Sodom, the Germany band, told me that in Colombia the people broke the windows to enter to the concert because there isn't more tickets, you know, so the people broke the windows to enter to the concert, something like that, you know.
Well, I can't think of anything in particular right now. Of course, there have been stuff like crazy stuff or special things that happened during shows. And sorry, I can't think of anything.
No, it's good because you're very lucky. Good, good. Now the opposite question: what was the show or the best moment that you think Vomitory has had? The best show or the most important show?
There are some quite important shows, of course, but one show in particular that I remember very well and that I feel was a very great moment for the band was when we played at Summer Breeze Festival in Germany in 2009. The atmosphere in the audience was absolutely crazy, and it was, the support was massive. I don't know, maybe 8 to 10,000 people, something like that. It was absolutely mind blowing. We didn't expect that, but so we were really, really shocked when we got onto the stage and we had this. Could hear the crowd almost through the music. It was really, really great.
Cool, man, cool. How is having a band with your brother? Because your brother is the guitarist, right?
Yeah.
There are discussions, or you can reach an agreement in a better way. How is this way of having a band?
Yeah, it works pretty well, obviously. We never really argue about we have a, I mean, we are good friends as we are brothers.
Cool.
You know, so we almost never argue with each other. We always come up with simply we a lot of things we think alike. If I have an opinion or taste in something, he often thinks the same, and the other way around. We have the same opinion about many things, so most of the time it's very easygoing.
Cool, man. Cool. That's very important. Okay, we are reaching to the end. I have 2 more questions left. So I want to ask you, what are your future plans after this release? Do you have any Latin American tour in mind or not yet? Because I know you have a show in Mexico.
Yes, we have a show in Mexico, but we are working on getting a tour in South America and Central America.
Cool.
We were there in 2019, but we because you are from Argentina, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we did not play Argentina,
Oh,
We did Chile, Colombia,
Brazil.
Mexico, and yeah, one show in Brazil as well. So, but we would love to play, Argentina, of course, and more shows in Brazil. So we are working on getting something so we can go there again. Maybe not this year, but or early next year. We will see.
Cool,
So
man.
we will try to tour as much as we can on this release, and when the time feels right, we will start working on the next album.
Cool, man. Cool. When you are here in Argentina, you have to taste the asado. That is barbecue, but from Argentina. I really recommend
Yeah,
it. So
I would probably love that.
yeah, I'm sure. So to finish, my last question is, what advice would you give to a band that is just starting out in the industry? A tip for a new band.
Try not to hurry too much, but and try to have fun with and enjoy the stuff that you're doing, and not rush with getting an album deal or playing at the biggest festivals and so on. And also be a cool person. No people in other bands or promoters or anyone in the business wants to work with an asshole. So be nice and be respectful to other bands and other people in the business.
Cool. Perfect. Tobias. It was a really big pleasure for me have you here today. I hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you very soon here in Argentina. I wish you the best.
Yeah, I hope so too. I want to try the barbecue.
Yeah. Goodbye, man.
Goodbye. Thank you.